All right, what's up, you guys? The big fight is tonight. I will be going out to a fight party to watch it. So I probably won't be able to do a video until tomorrow, like a post fight video. Um, I can't believe this fight is still happening. I really can't believe it. As I was watching the weigh-in yesterday, I was just like, yo, this looks so awkward. Because I do watch MMA. And obviously, I watch boxing, and I'm just like, this is so awkward. Like, Conor he looks so weird being up there in a boxing weigh in because the UFC and the MMA weigh ins are so much different. It just looks so awkward seeing the both of them on the same stage at the same time. Even though I've watched everything from the Paulie Malignaggi wars and I made a video on that already. I basically said that Paulie Malignaggi was the biggest promoter of this whole fight. you know. But it just looked weird seeing them up there like that. But it's cool. It makes sense. It makes dollars. So everybody everybody knows about this fight, man. I'm just listening to people, listening to women. Everybody is looking for somewhere to watch this fight tonight. I don't know what the pay-per-view numbers are going to do. I don't know if it's going to do more than Pacquiao, but I think it is. I think it's going to do more than Pacquiao. Because in that fight, not only did all of the boxing fans watch it, but everybody knew about that fight. For anyone that watched Floyd Mayweather or Pacquiao, they all wanted this fight, that fight at that time. And it made a lot of money. But for this fight, it's different. You have boxing fans, you have MMA fans, and then you got people that just don't watch neither sport, that they're looking for somewhere to watch it because they have no choice. They know about it. There's no way you can not know about this fight. People that just don't watch neither sport are going to watch this fight tonight because it's the thing to do for today, is to watch this fight. No matter what you have planned, unless you have a wedding. My sister and, my dad is not going to be watching the fight because they're going to be at this wedding, okay? And my father's pissed off that he's not watching the fight. But unless you're at a wedding, you should not be doing anything but watching this fight, or at a party or somewhere. I wouldn't go to a bar, me personally, because I don't even want to be around that type of crowd. You know what I'm saying? But it's just going to be too many people. These places are probably going to be charging $50 to get in. I know a couple places that's charging $50. It's crazy. Now, what's crazy? As far as the fight, it's still hard to believe that people are still out there underestimating Floyd Mayweather. Okay? There are people out there that believe Conor is going to win this fight for the same reasons why they thought Canelo was going to win the fight, or Guerrero was going to win the fight, or any other big guy whose plan was to be aggressive, okay, and oversize Floyd or had the punching power or whatever. All of these people that feel this way don't know that Floyd has been beating guys for a very long time that were bigger and stronger and punched harder than him, okay? And he still beat them. And it was by a lot. It wasn't even close, The Maidana first fight was close, okay? And I'm going to bring Maidana back up in this video at some point. But there are still people underestimating Floyd Mayweather. They're not even bringing up the fact that he hasn't fought in 2 years. They're not even bringing up the fact that he's 40. They're just saying, can Floyd take Conor's power? I have so many things to say to that. Oh, and the southpaw thing too. We're going right back to that. I know that was a big topic when Floyd was fighting Pacquiao. A lot of people brought up the fact that Floyd has trouble against Pacquiao. At least a lot of the boxing fans did. A lot of people brought up Judah. A lot of people brought up Chop Chop Corley. A lot of people brought up southpaws that Floyd had trouble with, all right, in that fight. And I think Floyd handled Manny Pacquiao pretty easily. Then you have Conor McGregor, who is a bigger guy, you know. He is bigger than Floyd. He is naturally bigger than Floyd. I know he walks around at 170. We want to be fair. We'll say about 170, which is cool, which is big. You know, I don't think he's. You know, you know what? I don't even think that has anything to do with anything. You know, it has nothing to do with anything because Conor was just recently fighting at lower weight classes. Okay, you know, he dropped down pretty low to beat Jose Aldo. You know, Nate Diaz. Yeah, he went up to 170 and fought a bigger Nate Diaz, and he learned from the first fight that it was going to take much more than him outboxing and outstriking Diaz for him to put him down. You know, and he gassed himself out trying to do so. But I don't know what's up with people. I think people just, maybe a lot of people are just ignorant, or maybe a lot of people just want Floyd to lose so bad. And, you know, the way they promote these fights, you listen to them and you really start believing that this guy Conor has a good chance. You know, you start believing he has a good chance because he does have power. He is a bigger guy and stuff like that. And for an MMA fighter, he does have pretty good boxing skills. Okay? Which brings me to my next point. There are a lot of boxing fans that are underestimating Conor McGregor. Now, if he wasn't fighting the best boxer, okay, if he was fighting a solid fighter, he might be somewhat successful in this sport. If he's fighting not champions, okay, but solid opponents. Not the guys that Floyd typically fights, though. In a boxing match, he should not be able to beat Andre Berto, Manny Pacquiao, Robert Guerrero, okay, Victor Ortiz, all right, Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez. He should not be able to beat any of them in his very first boxing match. He shouldn't, you know, and I doubt that he would, okay? But at the same time, I've listened to boxing fans that, you know, even before all of this started, before they even announced that they were fighting, just talking to people, they have seen clips of him fighting in MMA, and they totally underestimated this guy. As a boxer, as a striker over there on that side, he's great. He's excellent. He is a very good counterpuncher, and if you actually watch his fights, he does a lot of things that Floyd do in his fights, defensively too. He's a very good counterpuncher, all right? He does have power, and he does throw good combinations to the body as well. He does, all right? He's not as much as a kicker as people would like say that he is. People think that, oh, he's going to go in there and kick Floyd by accident. It's funny. We all say that as a joke, but if you really watch his fights, and I don't mean just the highlights, if you watch all of his fights, they're all out there. If you watch his fights, you would see that this guy he fights exceptionally better as a boxer than any of these other MMA guys. He does. Okay, there's very few on his level in that sport over there that are that good at boxing. Okay? The only problem is there's nothing that's there that would be any kind of trouble for Floyd. There's nothing that he brings that we haven't seen a lot of other boxers done. And even then so, you know, if a boxer or a championship boxer like the ones that Floyd is usually facing, if they were to prepare themselves for Conor, what Conor brings is very, very limited. What he does to knock his opponents out is really mainly his left hand. You know, he has a very good pull counter left hand. You know, he does. But outside of that and the combinations he draws when he does land that shot, there's not much there. He doesn't have any boxing type. And I've seen Paulie just say that recently in an interview. When they clinch, it's a different type of clinching. All right. You, as an MMA, as a martial artist, as an MMA fighter, you have to protect yourself from elbows, from fists, from knees. You got to protect yourself from getting taken down. It's a different game. When you're in there with Floyd, because he will be up close to Floyd, all right? But he's not going to be able to use some of the attacks he could use in MMA, all right? He had to prepare himself. This is why he had Joe Cortez in there with him. There's things that he is used to doing that he won't be able to do. And that actually messes you up. I know he's been sparring and preparing, but there's no way you can prepare for that in the real fight, okay? Sparring is a big deal in the sport. I know it is, all right? But sparring, you know all these stories we hear about what happened with when this person fought this person in sparring, you know, he beat him in sparring. This guy said he had the best of him. People in the gym that was there say this, that. And then when they actually fight, you see a different story, okay? There's no way, no matter what kind of training Conor did, there's nothing that can prepare him for Floyd Mayweather, okay? This is not fanboy talk, okay? I like Conor, but I'm being realistic, all right? If Floyd were to go to MMA and fight Conor, he doesn't stand a chance. Because if Conor's smart, all you got to do is take away this guy's legs and he's done. Whether you kick him in the legs, whether you take him down, Floyd cannot fight an MMA fighter on that level. It's the same thing as boxing. All right? Conor has a better chance of beating Floyd in boxing because the reality is boxing is limited as far as the variety of attacks. We're only using their fists to hurt you. So on that level, since he is a good striker, he would adapt better coming to boxing than Floyd would going over to MMA. You got to learn the holds. You got to know the takedown defenses. You got to learn the kicks. You got to learn all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? These guys that do MMA, they learn so many different martial arts. That is hard to be an incredible boxer in that sport unless you were a boxer first and then went to MMA. There's a lot of MMA guys that has gone to boxing. Gerald Miller, Big Baby, and others, all right? There's a lot of other guys out there. And there's a lot of guys that were boxing first or kickboxing and they went to MMA. I just don't think Conor has a chance of winning this fight. All right? This is not no personal video. How I feel personally about these guys, it doesn't really matter. Floyd is going to always win in these fights because you have just as many. You probably have more people that dislike him and want him to lose that actually pay for his fights. And when I say pay, I don't mean just buy the pay-per-view. You are paying to watch this man fight somewhere, whether you're paying a charge at a bar or a fight party or whether you're paying pay-per-view. You are spending money to watch this guy fight, a guy that you want to see lose, It is what it is, I hope Floyd wins because it would be pretty embarrassing. It'll be embarrassing if he were to lose this fight. I think it would be a huge blow for the sport, okay? If Floyd were to lose this fight, I know that's a great payday, but you don't want to lose your first fight to a guy that's never fought professionally. It will tarnish his career. It would, okay? It would. I don't know. I personally believe that if Conor were to win this fight, it would be the biggest upset in boxing history. So, listen, I would like to believe that this is all entertainment. I know it counts for an actual professional win. You know, Floyd will be 50-0 or Conor will be 1-0 or whatever. But I would like to continue to treat this as in just, this is just an exhibition. This is just a fight to see what would happen if they were both in the ring together, if they both were to face each other, you know? And that's it. You know, I'm not taking it to, it doesn't do anything for Floyd's career. He's just getting a paycheck, you know? But, I mean, if I were to say that Conor had a chance to win this fight, if any chance, it really wouldn't be his size. It really wouldn't be because of his punching power, because I think Floyd's chin is very, very underrated as well. Okay, he's been hit by some really, really big shots and hasn't really went down like that. All right, we've seen him go down before from an injury in his hand. We've seen him go down by Zab Judah, but it didn't count. We've seen few fighters hurt him. Maidana hurt him in the second fight. We seen Mosley hurt him bad twice in that second round. We seen him get clipped by a few fighters. You know, Chop Chop Corley hurt him. He's been hurt a couple times, but you know, we see Miguel Cotto gave him a bloody nose. It was a big deal because we never see Floyd bleeding like that. You know what I'm saying? We've seen things, but if something were to happen in this fight where Floyd gets dropped or get knocked out or whatever, I think it would have a lot to do maybe with his age and his reflexes, okay? And the fact that he hasn't fought in 2 years. He's a little rusty. You never know. You just never know, you know? It's like Bernard Hopkins. He was just one fight away from catching one. You know, it was one, like, how far was he going to keep pushing himself? You know, and Floyd, who I think will be fine. You know, I think Floyd is fine. I think if something were to happen, it's because, you know, a punch that you would normally be able to move out of the way for, you just maybe not, you don't have that instinct that you know, that those reflexes you once had, those are going to go away at some point. Even when he fought Berto, I felt like there were certain parts where he was so close of hitting Berto and he missed, because I don't think Floyd is as sharp as he once was. I still think Floyd could probably beat every welterweight, okay? It's possible that he could still beat every welterweight. I don't know, you know. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's exactly what he was 2 years ago. And where he was 2 years ago, I don't believe he was anywhere near as good as he was 2 years ago as he was 5 years ago, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. And then, and so on after that. So, I'm just treating this fight as entertainment, as a pretty good undercard. You know, there's been a lot of Floyd fights where I didn't really care for the undercard. The undercard is pretty solid to me. Just want to see the fight. I think Conor, and I'll say this. This is the last thing I'll say. I think what Conor needs to do in order to win this fight, I know he's been preparing as a boxer. I still believe that his awkwardness, right, could be a little bit of an advantage for Floyd. We just don't know how exactly he's going to look as a boxer. We've only seen a few clips of him sparring with Paulie and the Dan Herndon, the guy he sparred with last year. Okay, and he's probably improved dramatically since then last year. There's not a lot out there. Conor is going to be awkward, okay? I think what Conor needs to do is not be a complete boxer, because you're not going to get that good within 1 year of training or whatever, however long he's been in there sparring in the ring. What he needs to do is be awkward, okay? You're not going to win the fight on points. Be awkward. Hopefully you land the mega bomb on Floyd and knock him out. You're not going to win. You're not going to beat Floyd Mayweather on points. Let's be real. I do believe Conor is really going to try to win this fight. But I also believe that if the fight is boring and if he is struggling, which he should be, I think he would make it entertaining to say the least. Like it would still be entertaining. I don't know if he's gonna be faking kicks. I don't know what kind of fakes he's gonna be in there doing. He's probably gonna be talking shit. I don't know exactly what he's gonna do. Believe it or not, Conor, when he's not in the ring leading up to the fight, he's great for building the fights. But when he's actually fighting, he's taking the fight extremely seriously. Okay, there's not really too much going on in there until the fight is over with. Okay, and Floyd is the same way. Floyd might talk a little shit here and there, but he doesn't go crazy. He's usually still focused throughout the whole fight. Same thing with Conor. After the fight is over, it's all respect, it's all love. But up to the fight is when the show, that's when we're really getting the show. But I believe that Conor needs to remain awkward. Okay, do things. Don't try to be too much of a boxer. Be the fighter that you are. Use your talents that you have. Maybe his awkwardness would help him win this fight. I think that's his best chance. Outside of the fact that Floyd is a little rusty, I think his awkwardness would be his greatest advantage. Okay. I seen Anderson Silva. Okay, I seen him sparring. I don't know if the video was old. Maybe it was a couple months ago. I was watching a video of him sparring. He looked very awkward. He was landing the shots that he would normally land, but he looked awkward doing it. And the boxer he was facing was having some trouble. I don't think the boxer was that great of a boxer, but I think whoever he was fighting that day, you can tell that it was just awkward. The kind of shots that Anderson Silva was landing, and a guy that was one of the most athletic fighters we've ever seen, in his prime, just to still have that kind of movement it was still, he was landing shots that the boxer probably wasn't really expecting, because textbook wise, Conor is not going to bring textbook boxing. No MMA fighter would. Okay? As far as knockouts, I don't think Floyd is going to stop Conor, because even though if Floyd is really beating the hell out of Conor, Floyd hasn't really taken any kind of risk in a long time. He's just not that kind of fighter that's willing to take risks, and he doesn't throw many combinations like he used to. All right, back in his pretty boy days, he's more of a pop shotter now, and I don't think he can just knock out Conor with one shot. Okay, I just don't think he has it. And I'm not sure if he's gonna have Conor in that much trouble. Conor's pretty tough dude. I mean, we've seen him lose before, but I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be a knockout. I think the fight will probably go 12 rounds, but I think Floyd has a chance of knocking him out, or stopping him, but I don't know. I think it'll be more like a throw in a towel type of thing, maybe, because Conor's just getting hit and he's not landing anything, All right, so that's my pick for the fight, my prediction, breakdown, and everything like that. Like I said, I won't be doing another video tonight because I'll probably be out, unless I feel like doing one in the car or whatever. Something crazy happened. I gotta talk about it. Like Conor knocks him out some crazy way, you know what I'm saying? But that's my thoughts on it. Everybody out there that's going out to drink, be safe out there. Drinking and driving and everything. Just be safe. Get home safely. And if you're in a bar, just calm down, because you're going to have all kind of crazy. You're going to have people in there, different races, different groups of different fan bases in there that'll be talking crazy in there. That's why I'm not going to the bar. I don't want to, I don't want to be in there and dudes is in there and start bugging out, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have a different set of fans in these places that's watching. You're going to have boxing fans, and you're going to have MMA fans. And, just based on just on that alone, You know, we don't want people going to be out there being disrespectful and everything. That's why I'm staying in someone's house to watch the fight. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, peace.